All right, Jesse on fire, right? Rename him. Jesse is fire. I can tell you, he sent me this, and he sent me this 2 days ago with this prediction. I want to read you a quote from Dana White. Dana White says, "We can all talk all we want. Tyson can talk, Jon Jones can talk, I can talk, we can all talk. How about we do it? If Tyson is serious," I'm at Tyson Fury, "and he wants to do this, listen, I got Floyd Mayweather to fight Conor McGregor, and we're the ones that paid Floyd. We got Floyd the number he wanted. If Tyson Fury is serious and he wants to fight Jon Jones in the UFC, let's start talking now." Jesse just sent me this because the prediction he made a couple of goes was true. When Fury and Jones started talking, Jesse predicted, hey, Dana's going to say yes to that. Okay? Now, I'll move Jesse out, and I'll share with you this. It was very disheartening when Dana said if he wants to fight him in the UFC, right? It was disheartening, and maybe I missed something, but Fury never said he wanted to fight him in the UFC. In fact, Fury did this by video. Many people transcribed it, but there was a video, and I saw it. And he was very clear to say, in the boxing ring, he said, I am the baddest man in the world in this. If you want to come over to this, and says you're the one running your mouth and you're the one talking, then you're the one that can come and do this. So I don't really know where it came from when this got turned, and that if Fury wants to fight in the octagon to call that, he doesn't. And he said that. But what a brilliant move, right? I mean, I wish that it wouldn't have been like this, and I wish that response and quote I just read from Dana, I wish it just didn't say UFC. The exact quote that I just told you, but it didn't say UFC. Now, if Dana only wanted that in the UFC, he could bring that up at a later date. But for the talking heads, guys like me, for Jim Rome, for Levitar, for SportsCenter, for Brendan Schaub, for Joe Rogan, for these kind of guys, let us run with it a few times that the boss said yes. Let us run a few times before you come out and correct and go, okay, of course I meant you. I'm the president of the UFC. I thought you guys knew that, right? It would have been a real easy fix. Because Jesse wanted his credit for being right. Right? He said he wanted his credit, wanted his pat on his back, and he's getting it. But I like those same pats. And I told you guys, nothing will make Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury go up in smoke faster than if Dana White says, are you sure that's what you want, guys? Or would you rather have Fury versus Jon Jones? The second that becomes an option, you don't ever hear Francis's name again. And make no mistake, we're still in that spot. Make no mistake. Now, I realize that Tyson Fury and Francis, I realize that's up in smoke. And I think of Tyson, I think of the Gypsy, I think of his father as very honest guys whose handshake count. I don't know if Tyson went that far, though. Tyson came out and told the world he was going to fight Francis. He came out and told the world they were going to make up some rules and they were going to fight. Told Francis in front of the world to be the highest paycheck that Francis ever got in front of the largest audience. He told him all of these things. This is the level of commitment. And then he saw what Francis did. Francis went to war with his bosses. Francis sat out and held out. I mean, I'm just an outside observer, but it does appear that Francis did everything that he said he would do. It appears that Francis operated a very good faith. It does not appear to me that Tyson did. Now, I'm not calling out Tyson's integrity, because that's a big thing. That's a big thing. I want to do that. But something did happen there. Tyson did lead Francis to believe they were going to do it. He did bring Francis to England and put him in the ring at his alleged retirement party in front of 93,000 people. All of those things did happen. And all of a sudden, you can't find Fury anywhere. So who are you going to get for Francis? Now, whoever that answer happens to be, guys, whoever that answer happens to be, Deontay, Joshua, whoever it happens to be, there's not a whole lot of people who are going to want to see it. The idea is going to fall pretty goddamn flat. But there's still people, right? You got to have an audience. And by the way, anybody can sell a Volvo, right? The good guys or anybody can sell a Ferrari. The good guy can move the Volvo off the lot. So let's see how good the promoter is. And if that starts to catch on and that's hot, before bout agreements are signed. And make no mistake, that's how this will be done. right? You will come out and advertise, hey, I've got this. You'll leak it. It'll be a rumor. DeSantis did it as early as today. Comes out and he advertised that he'd go on for president. But you do those things to see what the reaction is. And if it's not what you thought, you take it back. Oh, that was just a rumor. The reaction is what you think, then you go and sign it. So when they do this and it looks like it's real, Dana could easily step in and say, okay, you guys want this guy versus this guy. Would you rather have Jon Jones? Would you rather have the champ? Not the former champ. Would you rather have the champ? All of a sudden, you're just having a very different conversation. I don't predict for you that Jon Jones is going to go through and have that boxing match. I don't predict that for you. I'm attempting to prove the point of how quickly the rug can be pulled. And there's not a huge difference in Francis and Jon Jones. There's not. And people didn't know who was going to win that fight. The line over DraftKings moved twice. It started Francis, it started moved towards Jon. I mean, I'm just saying that's pretty equal, right? You've got interchangeable mediocrities that neither have boxed. That's the one thing that they have in common. It's pretty equal. There's a significant difference in a former champion and the reigning champion. That's where the money's at. That's where the money was always at. So I only bring this to you because I want you to see what's going on. I want you to hear what's going on. I want you to know all of these different moving parts. All you can do is make a prediction. All that you can do is guess. But we are told that Francis will not compete in MMA until 2024. And there was a number of things that needed to happen before that could happen. So it didn't feel like a rushed judgment that we could just change in the blink of an eye. Hey, you know what? On second thought, he's up on Saturday. There's not quite an infrastructure to meet the agreements within the contract. There's just not. There's not an African board, by the way, of which he'll be the chairman. There's not a big pay-per-view event and banner that he can headline. Few of those things still have to come. So we got a pretty good idea. It won't be MMA. We understand that. It might be boxing. Well, if it might be boxing, he's going to need an opponent. And we start to break a few of these guys down and take some of the rumors and some of the speculation and think about where it's going to go. Who do you think that opponent would be? And whoever you come up with at the last minute, if Dana was to say, would you rather have Jon Jones? Without knowing any other pieces of that puzzle, your answer blindly would be yes.